Welcome to our journey through Greek mythology. Today, we're delving into the fascinating world of its lesser-known gods. 1. Aeolus, the ruler of the winds, is a figure of power and control over the elements. As the keeper of wind, he plays a crucial role in Odysseus' journey in Homer's Odyssey, providing a bag containing all the winds, except the west wind, to aid in his voyage. 2. Hecate, the daughter of Titans Perseus and Asteria, stands as the goddess of magic, witchcraft, and crossroads. Often depicted carrying torches or a key, she was believed to hold dominion over heaven, earth, and sea. Hecate's most striking myth involves her role in the tale of Demeter and Persephone, where she assists in the search for Persephone, and thereafter becomes her companion during her seasonal stay in the underworld. 3. Morpheus, a god of dreams, is the son of Hypnos, the god of sleep. Known for shaping dreams, he is said to appear in human form to deliver messages through dreams. A vivid example of his power is seen in the story of Ovid's Metamorphoses, where Morpheus delivers a message to Alcyone in the form of her deceased husband, showcasing his ability to mimic both form and voice. 4. Eris, the goddess of strife and discord, is the daughter of Zeus and Hera. Often depicted with a wicked grin, she stirred trouble among gods and mortals alike. Her most famous tale is her involvement in the start of the Trojan War. By throwing the golden apple inscribed to the fairest among the goddesses, she indirectly caused the conflict that led to the Trojan War. 5. Pan, the son of Hermes, is the god of the wild, shepherds, and flocks. Half man, half goat, he roams the forests playing his pan flute. One of his notable myths involves the invention of his flute. After losing a musical contest to Apollo, Pan's reed pipes, made from transformed water nymphs, became a symbol of rustic music. 6. Nemesis, often associated as a daughter of Nyx, personifies divine retribution. Represented with a sword and scales, she ensures that human arrogance and hubris do not go unchecked. A key myth involving Nemesis is her role in punishing Narcissus for his vanity, by leading him to fall in love with his own reflection, ultimately leading to his demise. 7. Nyx, the goddess of night, is one of the most ancient deities, born directly from chaos. Enveloped in mystery, she is depicted as a figure of great beauty and power, enveloping the world in darkness each night. Her most significant mythological role is as a mother, with numerous deities including Thanatos, death, and Hypnos, sleep, being her offspring. 8. Asclepius, the god of medicine and healing, was the son of Apollo and the mortal Coronis. Revered as his skilled physician, he is often depicted with a staff entwined by a serpent, a symbol still associated with healthcare. His most notable myth involves his ability to raise the dead, which ultimately led to his demise by a thunderbolt from Zeus, fearing the imbalance he caused in nature's order. 9. Aristaeus, son of Apollo and the nymph Soaring, was a minor god associated with beekeeping, cheesemaking, and olive growing. Known for his agricultural knowledge, he is often depicted as a shepherd. A key myth recounts how he was taught these skills by the nymphs and used them to benefit humanity. 10. Achelous, the god of the most powerful river in Greece, was renowned for his shape-shifting ability. As a water deity, he represents the fluid, changing nature of water. His famous myth involves his battle with Heracles for the hand of Deianira, during which he transforms into a snake and a bull but ultimately loses. 11. Io, the goddess of the dawn, is known for her duty of bringing the light of day to the world. She is depicted as a beautiful woman, riding a chariot across the sky at dawn. One poignant myth tells of her love for the mortal Tithonus, to whom she granted eternal life, but not eternal youth, leading to his eventual tragic state. 12. Helios, the personification of the sun, is a titan who drives his chariot across the sky each day. He is often depicted with a radiant crown. His most famous story is his son Phaethon's disastrous attempt to drive his chariot, leading to his death. 13. Charon, the ferryman of Hades, is responsible for transporting souls across the rivers Styx and Acheron to the world of the dead. Often depicted as a hooded, skeletal figure, he plays a critical role in guiding souls to their final resting place. 14. The Graces, known in Greek as the Chariots, were three enchanting sisters: Aglaia, the youngest and goddess of splendor; Euphrosyne, embodying mirth; and Thalia, the bringer of festivity. They are typically depicted dancing in a circle. In ancient Greece, they were imagined as graceful young women, draped in light garments, often intertwined in an eternal dance of joy and beauty. One popular myth recounts how they adorned Aphrodite, the goddess of love, with flowers and gold, enhancing her natural beauty and helping to spread allure and desire wherever she went. Their influence was also felt among mortals, as they blessed artists, poets, and musicians, inspiring them to create works of great beauty and emotional depth. They are known for bestowing beauty and endowment upon gods and mortals. 15. Dionysus, the god of wine, festivity, and ecstasy, is the son of Zeus and the mortal Semele. His cult was associated with uninhibited celebration and the mysteries of life's renewal, as reflected in his myths, which often involved transformation and rebirth. 16. Hebe, the goddess of youth, is the daughter of Zeus and Hera. She served as the cupbearer to the gods, offering them nectar and ambrosia. Her marriage to Heracles, after his ascension to godhood, is one of her notable myths. 17. The Muses. In the tapestry of Greek mythology, the Muses were depicted as 9 divine sisters, daughters of Zeus and Mnemosyne, each uniquely adorned to represent their respective realms. Calliope, the eldest with her writing tablet, was the muse of epic poetry, her presence a beacon for poets like Homer. Clio, crowned with laurels, was the muse of history, guiding historians in their chronicling of events. Euter, with her flute, inspired the creation of music and lyric poetry. Thalia, holding a comic mask, was the muse of comedy and bucolic poetry, a symbol of laughter and joy. Melpomene, with a tragic mask, stood for tragedy, her influence felt in the solemn narratives of Greek theater. Terpsichore, holding a lyre, swayed as the muse of dance, her movements echoing in the rhythm of the arts. Erato, with her lyre, inspired love poetry, her touch bringing forth verses of passion and romance. Polyhymnia, robed and pensive, was the muse of sacred poetry, her gaze introspective, stirring the souls of worshippers. Lastly, Urania, with a globe and compass, guided the minds of astronomers and philosophers, her gaze turned towards the heavens. A celebrated myth involves their contest with the mortal sirens. The Muses, confident in their superiority, challenged the sirens to a musical duel. Upon their inevitable victory, they plucked the feathers from the sirens as trophies, creating crowns to symbolize their unmatched talent and authority in the arts. They were not just symbols, but active participants in the shaping of culture and knowledge in the ancient world. 18. Adonis, born from a myrrh tree, is a symbol of beauty and desire. His most famous myth involves his tragic death caused by a wild boar, and his subsequent resurrection, symbolizing the cyclical nature of life and death. 19. Eros, the god of love and desire, is often seen as the son of Aphrodite. Portrayed as a mischievous youth with a bow and arrow, his arrows cause their targets to fall in love. His most famous story is his own love story with Psyche, reflecting the trials and tribulations of love. 20. Proteus, an early sea god, is known for his knowledge of all things past, present, and future, and his ability to change shape. His mythological significance is seen in the Odyssey, where he provides valuable information to Odysseus. 21. Selene, the goddess of the moon, is often depicted driving a chariot across the night sky. She is known for her passionate love for the mortal Endymion, to whom she granted eternal sleep so she could watch over him undisturbed. 22. Persephone, daughter of Demeter and Zeus, is the queen of the underworld. Her abduction by Hades and subsequent seasonal return to the Earth's surface explains the changing seasons. She embodies the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. 23. The Erinyes, also known as the Furies, are 3 goddesses of vengeance and retribution. They were Alecto, the unceasing, who punished moral crimes, Megara, the grudging, avenger of infidelity and oath-breakers, and Tisiphone, the avenger of murder, particularly within families. These dark-winged deities were often depicted as fearsome women, with serpents entwined in their hair and carrying whips or torches as instruments of punishment. One of their most notable myths involves the tragic tale of Orestes. After Orestes murdered his mother Clytemnestra to avenge the death of his father Agamemnon, he was relentlessly pursued by the furious Erinyes. Their unyielding chase drove Orestes to near madness, symbolizing the inescapable nature of guilt and the consequences of violating sacred familial bonds. It was only after a trial at the Areopagus, presided over by Athena, that they were persuaded to cease their pursuit, exemplifying the complex interplay of justice and mercy in Greek thought. 24. The Fates, known as the Moirai in Greek mythology, were 3 sisters who held dominion over the destiny of both gods and mortals. Clotho, the spinner, was tasked with spinning the thread of life, beginning the journey of every being. She was often depicted as a young maiden with a spindle. Lachesis, the elater, measured the thread, determining the length of each life. She appeared as a matron with a measuring rod, symbolizing her role in assigning each individual's destiny. Atropos, the oldest and most feared, was the cutter of the thread. holding the final say over the end of life. She was portrayed as an elderly woman with a pair of shears, representing the inevitability of death. One of their most significant myths involves their interaction with Zeus. Even Zeus, the king of gods, was not immune to their influence. It is said that he had to consult them before making decisions of great importance, highlighting the fate's power over the destinies of all beings. This story underlines the inescapable and binding nature of fate, a core concept in Greek philosophy and mythology. 25. Thanatos, the personification of death, is a serene and unyielding figure. As the brother of Hypnos, the god of sleep, he represents the peaceful aspect of death. His mythological role is less about causing death and more about serving as a guide to the afterlife. These diverse and fascinating lesser gods add depth and complexity to Greek mythology, enriching our understanding of the ancient Greeks' beliefs and culture. Please don't forget to like if you liked the video. Stay tuned for more mythical explorations in our upcoming videos.